So welcome to the Mindfulness Broadcast. Of course, I'm Tiffany with Evolutionary Consulting, and I'm just really glad you are here. I meant to check before I got started, but I think we're on our 19th episode, which is just really exciting. There's a couple weeks that either I didn't record it or I missed. I was gone for 1 week. So that means we've been at it for about 21, 22 weeks in this COVID pandemic process and this kind of wild new frontier that we're in. And I was reminded yesterday, I'm a professional life coach, and I was meeting with a client in New York, in Manhattan, who had lived through that wild craziness of New York in the beginning phases of the pandemic, where it was kind of the epicenter in terms of the United States of where it really started growing. And then here she is now, 20 weeks later, and we're watching the numbers shift and rise and move around in the United States, and not there in Manhattan where she is, but around her. And what was happening for her was this trauma response, because to live through that and was trauma for her. There was death around her, there was illness all around her, and this real trauma that occurred for her during that time. And so here she was in our call, and I've kind of like describe it with hand signals. So here she is in our call, but her mind and her body is over here. It's over here having this trauma response and full anxiety, really, really having this full-on stress response, full of stress hormones, and her sympathetic nervous system activated. And it's as though she was there in the trauma. And so what we did is this work is to bring her back to right now, to this moment. And the work that we used was gratitude. And so it was just a reminder to me of the power of gratitude and of that practice. And I wanted to bring it back into this. I've done it once before here, and I want to do it again, and I'll do it today. It was such a reminder of what a powerful practice it is. Gratitude gives us the ability to come back into the present moment. What's happening? What's my emotional state? What's around me? To ground back into reality? It allows us, so a gratitude practice activates our parasympathetic nervous system. And when that happens, we begin to release serotonin and dopamine through a gratitude practice. And what that allows us to do is process emotions of fear and anxiety and anger. So it's not like we just don't have them. We are in the present moment and can process those. So again, if I go back to this scenario of the past and the present, that if I'm here and I practice gratitude, I'm able to kind of turn and look at that and note it and see the difference, the distance between where I'm at right now and what that trauma that had occurred in my past, my recent past for this person. So it activates our parasympathetic nervous system. It allows us to be present and to process. It also activates this kind of pro-social response from us. And so this also came up in the call yesterday. Was this woman felt very isolated, very alone, that she wasn't really connecting about the way that she was feeling. And that is what lower brain does to us. We're armoring up, we're protecting. And so when we practice gratitude, we're able to kind of reach out a little bit more and connect again, and seek out the accountability, the connection, that ability to be in relationship with people during those feelings. And then finally, what gratitude does is it activates this part of our brain back here that you may have heard me talk about, the reticular activating system. And what that does is it acts as a sieve. And so as information is trying to come up through our senses and up into our brain, we play a big part in setting that sieve of the reticular activating system. So if we are looking around for what is out to hurt us and what is out to get us and how terrible things are, what we're doing is we're setting that sieve to say, show me more of that. Show me more of the threats, more of the places that I could fall ill, more of the places where people aren't being safe around me. And what gratitude does is it allows us to shift that to say, let me see the beauty and the magic and the compassion and the love that is also around me, right? So the way that I describe this is, if you go into a grocery store and you're wearing a mask, and what you do is start to notice where other people are not wearing their masks. So maybe you notice somebody's got it under their nose and somebody's wearing it on their neck, and we start to focus on that and shift on that. And we think about how maybe we're in danger and what's wrong with them and how different we are. And we start distancing, and we're getting anxious and nervous in that shopping experience. And what we're doing is missing the 7% of people who are wearing their masks correctly and who are choosing to keep themselves and us safe, right? So we miss that. It's not that it's not the kind of bury your head in the sand and only see the positive. It's that all of this is happening, and gratitude allows us to see the magic and the love and the goodness, and anxiety only allows us to see what feeds our fears. And gratitude practice can be this really powerful way to activate our brain, to give us our best, to help fill our cup, to see all the goodness that's around us. So we're going to use our practice today to really focus on that. So go ahead and close your eyes or take a soft gaze. And just take a big, deep, grounding breath, a big inhale, and a big exhale. Just come into this moment. Come into this space that you come to weekly. Notice your feet, where they're grounded, how they're connecting, what they feel. Notice your legs and your bottom as it settles into the furniture, to the floor, where it's connected and grounded and solid. Notice if you feel bare skin on carpet, or your pants. Just notice what you feel. And bring your attention up to your strong, attentive back, and to your open, courageous, vulnerable front. And bring your attention to your shoulders as they relax. Your arms. And then notice if your palms want to be palms up or palms down. Palm up tends to be more of a receiving place, opening. And palms down, more of a grounded, settling position. Bring your awareness to your face, where we relax the place between our eyebrows. Bring our tongue to the roof of our mouth. Invite a slight smile to our face. Just be here quiet for a moment, inviting your body and your mind. And from this place, whether it's through words that you utter to yourself or visions that you can create in your mind, bring to mind what you are grateful for right now in this moment. It might be your breath, or the people, or the place, your body. In this silence, just let them come up right now. What are you grateful for? If you're struggling and nothing comes to mind, just go back to your breath, focusing on the inhale and the exhale, noticing the judgment that comes up, and just going back home to your breath. If you are able to call to mind things that you're grateful for, notice any adjustments in your body. If it's opened, if it's closed, if it tingles, if it's numb. Notice the emotional change or shift if there was one. And now bring your full attention to your breathing, following your breath in and out. And in whatever way speaks to you, express your gratefulness for this breath. This amazing process that happens without thinking, without force. This very thing that keeps us alive. And shift your awareness to your heart. Its capacity to beat constantly through your entire life, speeding up when you need more, slowing down when you're ready to rest. Its chambers filling and emptying. And now bring your awareness to either your feet or your hands. You choose. And allow gratitude to just flow from you as you think about what these do, the way that they help you communicate, the places you go because of them, the touch of a newborn baby, the earth in your toes, on your hands, the typing, the gadgets, the way they've grown, their strength, their tenderness. You don't have to look far to be grateful. It's right here. And begin to wiggle those same wonderful fingers and toes. Taking another big inhale and exhale. Slowly opening your eyes. Thank you all so much. Thank you. I'm going to put my Facebook page in the chat. I just want to get y'all on there if you're on Facebook. It's the place where I make any announcements if this won't happen. And I don't foresee that anymore, but just in case, it is really the only way I can kind of connect to the world. Thanks, Brittany. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye. We'll see you next week, Tuesday at 1 p.m. Thanks. Bye.